What's up, YouTube? I just got done with my, what time is it? I guess it's the afternoon, yeah, 12:43. My afternoon workout. Really good day today, actually. Start the day off right. Waking up, listening to Mr. Motivational, Tony Robbins. Man, that guy knows how to just cut straight to the core. If you're skeptical about motivational speakers, I apologize on your behalf. That's just too bad. This life doesn't come with a manual, so that means that you're not going to be born knowing, what to do and how to do it. And so I just like to subscribe myself to people that I'm willing to trust that know better than I do. So yeah, that's how I woke up this morning, listening to that gentleman. A lot of inspiring stuff. For me, when I wake up in the morning, I don't really want to do anything. I haven't really met anybody that wakes up and is excited to, yeah, I'm gonna go do this today. It's been my experience that most people, though, wake up lazy. But then again, there's only like 1 to 5% of our population that is successful, so maybe I should find out what those successful people do instead of other people. But regardless, I went to the gym. Sorry, my arm's tired. Adjusting my camera here. I went to the gym. I'm gonna probably shave today too. This is getting out of control. This is getting out of control. Oh my lord. It's like a friggin' one of those sci-fi Nat Geo documentaries, like, we found the missing link. His name is Charles May. Anyway, so I went to the gym and I wanted to challenge myself to really explore what my limits were physically. I cut back on how much coffee I was drinking before the gym. I cut back on starving myself before the gym, which meant that I ate something, and I didn't cut back in that regard. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a glass of milk and half a glass of coffee for breakfast. Then I took my dog for a walk, which got me warmed up in my body. It kick-started my digestion by getting physically active. And while I was doing all of that, I was listening to Tony Robbins, and shout out to Tony. And like, at first I didn't want to go to the gym. I'm like, I'm just gonna do chores or something. And then it was like, it's only gonna take at the most 2 hours of my time. And it was like that little motivation thing that I was telling you guys about the other day, about how, like, your mind can't rationalize huge motivational commitments. And I was telling you about, like, how if you just ask your brain for 5 more seconds... Wow, that's loud. I don't understand why that muffler is necessary. Anyway, sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so that's a great example, by the way, of how somebody's decision can inadvertently affect somebody else. You guys heard that, threw off my thought process, and I'm trying to deliver a positive message, like, yeah, it's not worth it. Just get a quiet muffler. Leave everybody to their thoughts. So anyway, the 5 seconds of motivation, and I thought to myself, I didn't wake up with any motivation. I thought to myself, can I borrow 2 hours of motivation? And so for me, I've developed that tactic from 5 seconds into 2 hours, and not officially. That was a challenge for me to rationalize that kind of time. And I'm much more comfortable with 5 seconds than I am 2 hours. But I got it done. I said, you know, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna feel great after you get back from the gym. And you know, like I'm not trying to compare myself to Tony Robbins, who's a badass when it comes to stuff like this. You know, but he wasn't born that way. He subjected himself to training and, you know, to wisdom and teachings of other people. I'm just trying to say, you know, hey, here's me. This is what I'm doing. And so I got that 2 hours of motivation, and I went to the gym, and it ended up being like a little over an hour. So for me, it ended up working out, and I challenge you guys to do that. Asking yourself for 5 seconds of motivation, and then, you know, gradually working yourself up to where I'm almost at, which is at 2 hours. And then eventually you'll be able to say, you know, give me a day, give me 3 days, give me a week, give me a month, give me a year's worth of motivation. Could you imagine working yourself up to a year's worth of motivation? That's just insane. I have to make sure I'm not covering up the mic here on the bottom of my phone. So anyway, went to the gym, cranked out. So check this out. So when I first got to the gym, I like to put things into ones and zeros on metrics that I can measure, which is why I have my blue book. I don't have it with me today. I keep neglecting to grab it. I think I'm past the blue book point, and well, no, because the key to success is writing stuff down. So I'm gonna keep doing that. So anyway, my mile time was something in like the double digits. It was like 15 or 20 minutes when I first started going. And that might be an exaggeration, which I spoke to about briefly in an earlier video. I just know that my mile time wasn't anything to shake a stick at. It wasn't anything impressive at all. And I've dramatically improved in the time that I've been going to the gym just casually. I feel like I'm cheating myself in the gym because I know how much effort I'm putting in. And even the little amount of effort that I feel like I'm cheating myself in, I'm still getting amazing results. And amazing is a word that I use on my perspective. I'm not saying like I'm going for a month and I have a six-pack. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean by amazing is I feel great, things are getting easier, I'm seeing progress, and my numbers are changing for the better. I weighed myself, and I was actually a pound heavier today than I was previously, but that's also because I showed up with a belly full of food, so I'm probably a pound lighter, but, well, no, because I didn't eat 2 pounds of food. That's insane. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. My mile time was, I managed to crank out a mile in 9.5 minutes, and for me, that's insane. I'm huge, let's just call it 312 pounds, even though it was most recently 311. Now I know what it feels like to be measuring your weight pound by pound. You know, it's like, I worked for that pound, give me that pound back. Anyway, I gotta talk quick because my phone only says I got 12 minutes of memory on my phone. So, I did a 9.5 minute mile. I want to get it down to 6 minutes. A 6 minute mile is how I would measure success in that area. If I say that I can do a 6 minute mile, that just means I can drop weight even quicker than I was before, and that's just the number that I'm shooting for, is a 6 minute mile. I don't have the time right now to get into the details of that. I managed to do a tremendous amount of weight on the bench press, but I did like 3 or 4 different sets. I started off with, 90 is 25. So I started off with 140, and then I went down to something like 130, and then I went down to like 90, and I just completely, metaphorically, blew out my shoulders. I didn't literally blow out my shoulders. I'm just saying, like, I did a bunch of work on my arms today. And then after that, I did back extensions, which is where you get stuck. Like if my wrist is where my feet are located, and I'm on an imaginary piece of equipment, my legs get stuck in, which means like they're locked in place and they can't move on this machine. And like and my knuckles are my lower back. You basically just do this and carry your weight. My finger right here is going to be my head, and so like you just doing this, and it works your lower back really well. Like Oh, it's so great. I love it. So anyway, lower back strength for me is huge because I have whatever physics, low center of gravity or something like that. So yeah, that was a good day. Improvement all over the place. I'm noticing more strength in my bench press exercises. I'm noticing more strength in my mile time. The back extensions, I'm really not counting. Even though it does work out, I'm not counting my progress in that because it's just an exercise I do until I can't do it anymore. Because it's just a different type of exercise for a muscle group that is different for me. Because for me, that muscle group I use every day because of my weight. Everything from my lower back up is going to be used on a regular basis. That's kind of sounds illogical, but I can't really explain my perspective right now because I've got like 90 seconds left on my phone. So yeah, I want you guys to think about whatever it is that you're doing right now, and if that's what you want to be doing, that's fine. If you're not, you gotta wake up and get to it and change it. And I'm saying that for myself, but I really hope that there's somebody out there that is, willing to say, hey, did my phone just stop recording? No, it just lagged out. I'll have to go back and view that stuff. But anyway, I'm almost out of time here, guys. Please think about doing something. If you're not happy, the only way that you can get that happiness is through change. And that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully whatever it is that I'm doing inspires you to go and do that as well. So I'll catch you guys in the next workout. As always, stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, and stay motivated. And just remember, I will, I must, and I can. And I'll see you guys in the next workout. Peace.